This is Sparkle Jezebel here, back with our second video, and today we're gonna do a get ready with me and talk about my first month here living in Spain. It's been fun. So I have no makeup on. I did put a little bit of serum on. I always try and do my makeup or my skincare a couple minutes before I start layering on the makeup, because it always gives it a chance to settle into the skin, and instead of, you know, if you put it on right before, it just kind of mixes with your makeup. It doesn't give it a chance to like actually, you know, get into the skin. So this is kind of my holy grail. This comes in bigger bottles, but I'm working with smaller bottles right now. This is the Origin Plant Description Anti-Aging Power Serum. This is what it looks like. I'm 40 years old, and this is all I have on my face right now. This and just genetics. I love this stuff. It's a little expensive, but it's worth every penny. Highly recommend. So what we're going to be working with today, I finally got my very first 2 Beauty Bay palettes in the mail yesterday. So we're going to be working with the Nude Matte and the Bright Matte. I figured we'd do a pretty basic nude eye. There's something about this that just makes it special, and I think it's because of this gray color right here. I don't know. It's so pretty. So I want to incorporate that, and then we'll work with the Inglot Duraline. If you don't have this, highly recommend it, because it turns any shadow, really anything, into a really awesome like liquid mixture that you can use to line your eyes. And this purple here is speaking to me. So I thought we'd just do a nude matte with that purple line. It's called Purple Rain, which I love. But first, let's set our base. So the first thing I want to do is prime our eyes. This is the Pero Primero primer. This is from Alamar. I got this in a BoxyCharm a little while ago, and it's pretty good. So what I do is I take a little bit and just put it on my hand here, not much, and then I just kind of rub it in and just blot it on my eyes. I don't use a brush. You can use a brush, but I blot it on my eyes. And I do this first because I like to let it sit and dry down for a minute. I don't put it up to here or anything. I don't carve out my eyebrows. My eyebrows and I have a very interesting relationship. Like, I know, like, I should be thankful and happy that they're all big and bushy, but if anybody knows of any laser treatments that you can just like get your eyebrows done once and be done with it, please let me know, because they're fun. So anyways, living in Spain. So we got here about a month ago. Today's the 29th. So we left the States a month ago today, and we're here on a student visa. My husband and I are working. The next thing I'm going to you always want to hydrate under your eyes. So Origins is one of my favorite brands. This is Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream to brighten and depuff. You want to take a tiny bit of this. Out. Oh, I love that. I hope I have more here. On your ring finger, because when you're working underneath your eyes, you always want to use your least strong finger. Let's use your ring finger, just a tiny bit. Just a little tiny bit under your eyes, and then just rub and pat. Try not to rub, because you don't want to disturb the skin underneath your eyes. So we're here teaching. We are English teachers by trade, but there's a program here where you can come. You know, if you have a bachelor's degree, which we definitely both have those, you can come and be a language assistant. So we have jobs in schools. We start on Friday. Well, really Monday. It's Tuesday now? I don't know. We haven't been working for a month. But we start next week. And we are starting. And we're in Tudela, which is in Navarra, which is kind of north-ish eastern Spain. We're about 2 hours by bullet train from Madrid. And 3 hours by bullet train from Barcelona. We're in a really good location. And he's in Tudela, his school, but mine is about a half hour away by car. And when we got the place in, I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll just take a train, right? Because it's Europe. Everywhere's connected by train. But of course, I land in the one spot where there is no transportation. So we had to buy a car. We were kind of sitting on it, and I was kind of starting to feel down because, like, our town is super cute. It has everything we need, but, like, you can take the American out of America, but I'm from LA. Like, I've always had a car. So I found this yesterday. I've been looking for a primer with SPF because I like primer versus like a moisturizer, because this, like, it says serum, but it works as a moisturizer on my skin. Your skin might be different. This is the Catrice One Step Skin Perfector, and I'm taking the little seal off of it now. So this is a first impressions. I hate the smell of. I probably should have. It says shake well. Didn't do that, but that's okay. I hate the smell of sunscreen, and it definitely has that. So it's not terrible. Let's see if I can get. Kind of looks like that, but we'll see. First impression, not great, but we'll see what happens. So we had to buy a car. So we decided on that. What was it? Is today Wednesday? I think today's Wednesday. We decided on that on Monday. So, you know, one of the things people ask me is, do you speak Spanish? And the short answer is, yeah. I mean, I speak enough to get by. I passed the A2 language exam, which means that I have a pretty basic, I can get by, you know, like your basic, you know, restaurants, grocery stores, that kind of thing. I can get by, but am I fluent? Not by any means. So going and buying a car, you know, is stressful, you know, when you speak the language, but you know, so I did some research. My husband doesn't drive. I'm the only driver. So my husband doesn't drive. So we found, you know, like the CarMax of Spain, and we took a cab down there, and he didn't want to spend a lot of money. And I was like, I don't either, but we don't want a beater. We don't want a car that's, you know, gonna die on us, because I don't want to deal with it. So we found this little, it's a Citroen. That was my one thing. I was like, I do not want an American car. Like, you can get a Ford here. I would prefer to not have a, you know, an Asian car. I want a European car. I used to drive a Fiat. So I wanted a European car. We're gonna do the brows now. I need to be better at doing brows. So I'm gonna try and be better. And I got these from Beauty Bay. This is the Beauty Bay Brow Fixer in Smoke and Sable. And I don't know. I think I'm gonna use Smoke. Here are the two colors. I don't know if you can see them. Also, the irony of having the Eiffel Tower behind me. I don't know, the Eiffel Tower. I'm not in France, but it's funny. I'm gonna use Smoke, and I haven't used these yet. I grabbed them both because they were €3 a piece, and I was like, okay, I'll try both. Again, my eyebrows aren't bad, but I'm gonna try and be better. So let's check it out. Oh yeah, it's very. So here's the little brushy brush. It's tiny. You can see the fibers on it. So I'm just gonna start here, brush in. Oh yeah. I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like in a special occasion I would do my brows, but I don't know. I figured today is my first get ready with me, so it's a special occasion. So yeah, so we show up to this place, and the guy, like, you know, like most people, it's funny. When people here find out that we're American, like, they always, like, want to talk about Miami for some reason. I don't know. I've never been to Miami. I've, like, had a connection in Florida, and my only reference for that was it was hot, and I didn't like it because it was hot. Let me find a spoolie and just kind of brush these guys out. I like this. I've been kind of playing with brow products, And so far this one's my favorite. Kind of easy, one and done. Yeah. So there's this little Citroen Xara, Xsara Picasso. That's what it's called. It says Picasso on the side, like in his little signature. It's above our budget. No doubt about it. Like, we don't have much. We haven't been working for the last month. So, you know, we didn't want to buy a car. I didn't want to buy a car. Part of the draw of living in Europe is, like, you don't have to buy a car, right? But I wasn't going to be able to get to work. So here we are buying a car. And, you know, there were cheaper. It was 3,600 euro. Okay, it has like 178,000 kilometers on it, which is like 111,000 miles, with a brand new rebuilt engine, a year warranty, and like I'm sitting here like, yeah, this is a good idea. It's a little above our budget. Like, we'll just pay for it. Whatever. My husband's fighting me because he's never bought a car. Like we've bought cars, but we've never like bought a car straight. Like, we've never bought like a used car like this. It's 20 years old. It's 2005, so it's 15 years old. I can't math. Let's go into this nude matte, and let's take, I don't know, I definitely want to use the gray. This shade. Let's take this shade. Sorry. Oh, I'm using my phone still. I have all of the audio video equipment, but I can't seem to find the right cables to get it all working together, so I'll get that eventually. Took the shade Bare Necessity, and I'm just going to take this Crown blending brush and just go into my crease just to give us a nice little base to work with. So we go in there. The guy, like, he speaks a tiny bit of English. Most people are really cool about us not speaking a lot of Spanish. But, I mean, buying a car, like I said, it's pretty difficult in the best of situations. Okay, that's, oh God, that goes on nice. I swatched this yesterday, but I haven't actually put it on my eye yet. It's very similar to my natural skin color, which is kind of what I wanted right now. I will need to go in and blend that a bit. So we go in, and I'm like, well, I want to look at these two cars. And like, so, like, there came a time where we're literally passing my phone back using Google Translate. Thank God for Google Translate. And so I'm like, prueba, which is test drive, prueba de conducir, which is test drive, which I don't even know if it's grammatically correct, but I got the point across. So he's like, see. So we get in the car, and this car is cute. Like, it's cute. Like I said, I drove Fiat. I loved my Fiat, and that's kind of like what I wanted, you know? Like, I wanted to drive a Fiat. I want my Fiat, right? But we can't afford a Fiat. They had a Mini Cooper there that was like 11,000 euro, and I was like, oh my God, but we can't afford that right now. So, oh, this is nice. So we go and we get in the car. It's a stick shift. I love stick shifts. And it's a diesel engine, okay? Diesel engines here are a thing. Like, it's cool. I'm just gonna wipe off my brush because I'll probably end up using it again. I use one of these. I got this at the Dollar Tree in the States. You just, you know, I should probably get another one soon, but very lightly just wipe off your brush. It gets a lot of the excess color off. Here's my first layer of color. You can't really see much of it, but that's kind of what I wanted because I want the color to be really light. And then I'm going to go in with that purple liner. So let's take, I'm looking at my brushes right now. Let's take this Luxie brush. This is the Luxie 213 eye shading. And let's go into, I want to use that gray. Let's go into slow motion. It's still definitely warm, but it's a little cooler than that one. Let's go into slow motion, this one here. And let's just, Regarding brushes, I know what I should be using, but I also just kind of go with my gut and I just kind of play around. So if you have any like suggestions, like Stacey, you're totally using the wrong brushes, let me know. But I mean, I'm not a fashion model. I don't really care. Plus I wear glasses, so any mistakes that I make, usually are just kind of covered up with glasses and we just kind of move on. So anyways, we're just having fun here. This isn't anything special. So I'm just gonna kind of go in again in the crease. I'm holding my brush. I don't know if you can see, but I'm holding my brush at the very end because I want to go in with a light hand. The closer you hold your brush to the top, to the brush head, the harder you're gonna go in, the heavier the hand. So when you want a light wash of color, hold your brush like this. So we get in the car, it's a diesel engine, it turns on, it sounds like a friggin' like truck, okay? It's like, it sounds like a truck. Ooh, this is nice. It blends really nice. I like these palettes. Ooh, that's nice. So we get in the car, it's stick shift, like I mentioned, and I start driving, and I'm like, yep, this car handles well. I like it, right? I don't know, it's because I just want a car at this point. Like, I want to be able to get to work. I want to be able to, you know, some freedom of movement would be nice, because I've been, you know, like I mentioned, I'm feeling a little landlocked, you know? So we're driving, and I'm like, yeah, this is, like, telling my husband, like, babe, this is, you know, this is going to be worth the money. We want to make a little investment because this has a new engine and blah, 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 blah. You know, there are little things that they're going to fix, like the gear shift, like the actual, like, ball was loose, so they just have to glue it back on. But, like, mechanically, it was working great. And we're driving. It has low gas, so, you know, we need to get good gas in it and stuff. But all of a sudden, check engine light turns on, and I'm like, serious. And my husband, he's very pragmatic, and I'm just like, oh yeah, no, you know, like, we'll figure it out. Like, there's no big deal. Like, you know, we haven't bought the car yet. And he's like, nope. And I'm like, nah, bro, come on, like, let's, like, we're not gonna get any better at this. Like, if we have to look for a new car, we're gonna have to travel. Like, we live in a medium-sized town, okay? Like, we don't live in Madrid, and traveling is a pain in the ass. Like, it's a pain in the ass. We have a train station, but it's a pain in the ass. Okay, so let me even this up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, okay. So here's with the second layer, just a bit in the corners. So now I want to take that gray shade, and I want to take it on a smaller brush. Let me find a number right here. This is one of my favorite brushes. This is a Luxie 141. This is the mini round. Like, I got this in a boxy a couple years ago, actually. I love this brush. Like, I take care of my brushes, but like, I take care of this brush. And we're gonna go into the gray, which I think just makes this palette special. Throw shade. And what I want to do is I just want to put it in all over the lid. I don't want to use a heavy hand, but I don't want to use a light hand either. So we're like, okay, let's go back and let's talk price. Let's talk price. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So we get back, and I'm like, all right, you know, like, that check engine light could be, you know, I don't know. I've never had a European car before. It's all in kilometers, like liters for gas. And I'm like, what the hell? We haven't bought the car yet. So my husband, being the pragmatic one, he's like, let me try and talk him down. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, we're at a car dealership. So it was originally $3,600. We're like, you know, for a newly built engine, like, that's pretty good. Like, it's a good price. So we go, and we get back to the office, and again, like, we start passing the phone back and forth with Google Translate, and we got them down to $3,000 with with the warranty. And we're like, okay. And he's like, I'll fix the check engine light. We're like, yeah, you're gonna fix the gear shift and you're gonna clean it and fill it. Of course, yeah, duh, we're buying the car. So he's like, let me go get approval from the sales manager. We're like, of course, you know, we've bought a car before. It's the same, you know, it feels very familiar. This is with the gray, really pretty. I really like that. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that darker slow motion shade just into the corner. I'll do that now, but I'm also gonna do it after I put on mascara. So, you know, we're waiting and we're just like, yeah, no, this is good. Like, we're gonna put it on a credit card and then just pay off the credit card because, you know, they're not gonna, it's not that we couldn't get financing, it's just that we don't want, like, I just don't want a car payment. I'd rather have a credit card payment, honestly. So he comes back and he's like, $3,200. And we're like, fine. And then the guy comes, he's like, that's without warranty. And we're like, no, bro. Like, I'm not buying a used car with the check engine light just came on without warranty. So then it's like, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden this woman comes in. Her name is Ursula. Love it. And she speaks perfect English. I'm like, girl, where have you been this entire time? And she's like, look, take this car for €3,500. We'll get it work. It's gonna be we'll get it working brand new. It has a brand new engine. Blah 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 blah. We'll come pick you up tomorrow. We'll work on it overnight. And I'm like, and my husband is like, yeah, okay. Like, it's a good, like, this car will last us, you know, how many, you know, it'll last us a while. So my story's not over yet. So let's move into the bright matte because this is looking pretty good. As you can see, pretty. Yeah, I like that. So I want to take a little, I don't know what's stopping me. I want to take a little bit out of this and put it in a pan and work with my Durline. I grabbed this. You don't need to buy fancy, you know, palettes and stuff. This is a paint palette that I got. I don't know if you can see it. It has like 6 wells. I got this at Michael's, you know, in America. And it was like $1, probably like $1, maybe $1.49. And it's plastic and it cleans really easily. And I use this for my Durline. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a palette knife. I cleaned it before I started this, and I'm gonna take a little bit. This is gonna kill me, but I'm gonna do it because this was €5. Like, I can destroy this and get another one. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of this purple, and I'm gonna just just a little bit, and I'm gonna put it. I'll show you. I'm gonna put it into a well. And you always want to start with a little bit. So this is what I have in there right now. And then you're going to take the I might need a little more. Here, I'll take a little bit more. Actually, there's a little bit of dust there, so I'm going to just... And I mean, like, I didn't really kill the band. Like, band is still... It's fine. Then I'm going to take my Durline, give it a little shake. Okay, so this is makeup mixing liquid. All right, so Durline mixed with a makeup product of your choice creates a liquid waterproof formulation. Okay, this is like $20. I bought it over there. I've used it a bunch of times. It's still totally full because a little goes a long way. Okay, do not make the mistake I did the first time where you added like when I added like 3 or 4 drops. All right, so it has this little. So you take a little dropper and then. Literally, where are you? One drop. Where'd it go? Did I not put it in the right? Yeah, there it is. Like 1 drop. You can always add more if you need it. And then I have this Tarte angled liner brush. And you're going to take the brush that you're going to use to line your eyes. And you'll just mix it in. Mix. Mix. And then it turns it into a liner. And this is pretty much the perfect amount, because you don't want to waste, you know, you don't want to use too much of the powder, and you don't want to use too much of the Duraline, because the Duraline's expensive. If you use it sparingly, this will last you a long time. So we are ready to line. You know, I don't have like the steadiest hand, but I'm not terrible at this, so fair warning, like if it ends up out here, we'll fix it. But you know, nobody's perfect, right? So back to my story. So we're sitting there and I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll buy this car. So I have my American, you know, 3,500 euro, right? Euro. So I have my American credit card. I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just put it on a credit card, right? So we go to pay, and I'm like, yep, I have the money available on this card, and card doesn't go through. And I'm like, dude, really? Really? And then I realized, conversion rates. Conversion rates are a thing. So it's about 85 cents to the dollar, 85 euro cents to the dollar. So every time we use we have a Spanish bank account that gets euros deposited in when we work. But we also have our American bank account. And every time we use it, I need a little bit more Duraline. And every time we use it, we get hit with the conversion rate. And it's not terrible, but you know, sucks. So my 3,500 euros ends up being $4,200, and of course I only have 4,000 left on the car, or on the card. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. You know, we can cover it, no big deal. But then they're like, oh, you only have to pay 1,000 now. I'm like, fine, because they have to fix the car. So we pay the 1,000. They give us a ride home. And they're like, we're gonna deliver the car to you tomorrow. Perfect. So we go home. I'm like, yay, we bought a car. You know, I'm like bragging on the internet. Ooh, yeah, look at that. You probably put too much Duraline in there. All right, let me fix that. So, yesterday morning, Ursula calls in her perfect English, near perfect, but perfect enough where I'm like, yep, totally. Okay, so I'm gonna get close up. So in this eye, I didn't have enough Duraline, and in this eye, I used a little too much. Can you see the difference? Like with Duraline, it's very, like there's a fine line. So you just have to play with it. It's totally worth getting, but you just kind of have to play with, like when you get it, it's the best. And this is definitely not, I just have to play with it right now. And she's like, hey, so there's nothing wrong with the car, but we might not be able to give it to you today. And I'm like, really? Like, there's this store called Eroski, Eroski, and I'm a shopper, and I'm like, I just want to go to this damn store. Like, I've been landlocked. I'm like, fine, just, you know, deliver my damn car. So here it is. This was all on Monday, and then they called me yesterday, Tuesday. So right now, as I'm doing this, it is Wednesday, and I am getting ready to go over there with my purple eyeliner and be like, okay, so is the car ready? Like, are you selling me a lemon? Like, the joke was citron is French for lemon. Like, are you selling me a lemon? Like, what's going on? Like, this car shouldn't take that long to fix, right? All you have to do is, you know, fix the, you know, stuff. Okay, so I got a little bit of Duraline there. I'm gonna go in with the matte and see if I can't just kind of buff it out a little bit with this Bare Necessity shade in the crease. I don't know. Again, I'm not, oh, I got it. I'm not super, like, I wear glasses, so we're gonna go in and get my damn car because I need it by Friday when I have to be at work. So my eyes are pretty much done. That looks pretty good. I rarely do anything underneath my eyes, like as far as, you know, color, because I don't like it when it smudges. It drives me crazy. So let's whack on some foundation just because we're here. And yeah, we're at 30 minutes. So that's awesome. So let's start. I wet my guy before. Let's start. We already put the primer on. The primer is on. It's settled. Let's whack on a little bit of Fenty Beauty. This is the Bright Fix Eye Brightener in Golden Ivory. Boop. Oh wait, hold on. Boop. Again, I just use my back of my hand and put on a tiny bit. I'm running low. Just a tiny bit with my Papa sponge. This is from Shop Miss A. These are the best sponges ever. It's $1.55 a piece. Highly recommend Shop Miss A. And I just kind of go in like, I'm not a big, like, first of all, I don't do like high coverage foundation. Like, I'm blessed with halfway decent skin. I haven't always been, but I worked hard for this. So I don't really like cover much. I have bags under my eyes because I'm human. I didn't sleep super well last night, but I'm human. I'd rather just my natural everything show and just with a little brightening, just to brighten it. And I don't want to deal with a lot of product. So just a little bit under the eyes, just a little bit. And then we're gonna take, I wanted to use this. I'm almost done with this. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the shade Sunbeam. I'm so close to being done with this. I could probably pan this if I use it for the next couple days. And I'm gonna use this as just a light foundation. It's really pretty. So I'm going to, it is almost, it's so close. I'm just going to just kind of like, you know, I use my product because I have it, but with masks and stuff, like, I just kind of, I have it, you know, so I use it. And we're gonna take the damp sponge and just, not dragging, just bounce, 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 bounce until it's blended. So let's do that. Just for a little. This gives a really nice sheen. I like this product. I wouldn't purchase it at full price, but if I saw it on the cheap, like in a BoxyCharm, if somebody was selling it, I might pick it up again. It's really nice. It has a little, it comes with a little sponge, but I threw that out because it was kind of getting gross. I didn't use it much anyways. So just keep bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. It's certainly not matte. It's certainly glowy. So if you're going for a glowy look, bounce, bounce, bounce. Again, I don't go for much of a heavy look because I don't know. I'm 40 years old and I would rather just have my natural skin showing. I'm not gonna, I refuse. I'm really big on, you know, texture and natural beauty, and, you know, I don't do my makeup to cover up. I do it to enhance and because I enjoy doing it. There's no, if I didn't enjoy doing it, I would sell off all this stuff and not do it. But I love it, so that's why I do it. All right, so we look like we're pretty well blended. Make sure I get in there a bit. Right, so I'm pretty glowy already, so we're not going to do a highlighter. We're going to use one of my all-time favorites. This came in Ipsy. I don't have an Ipsy subscription, but I don't know how I ended up with this. I probably bought it for like $1 off of somebody and then was like, oh my god, this is like perfect for me. This is the, I talked about this in my first video. This is the Kaleido Cosmetics, not Kaleidos. I don't have anything from Kaleidos and I want it. This is their skin blush in Prima Donna. and it's this perfect like combination between like it's like a hybrid between a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer. Because I'm not gonna sit and sculpt out, I don't have patience. I'm not gonna sit and sculpt out my cheeks. I don't care. Especially with putting on a mask, but I just don't care. So I'll take this Morphe R5. It's kind of like more of a tapered kind of brush, and just tap it in there. Ugh, I need to brush that. Tap it in, and then just a tiny bit that went on a little more than I wanted. Up on the top, drape it a little bit. Tap, 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 tap to blend a little bit more. Tap, 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 tap. Blend. Make sure we're even. Take it up here just to kind of warm it up. Boop, boop, boop. Tap, 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 and that's it. That's it. It gives this amazing, like, look at that. Ooh, it's so pretty. I love that. I have like 3 more of those on the boat, which I got word that it might, all my stuff might actually already be in Europe. So I'm like, oh my God. So when that gets here, I'll do a video like me being reunited with my stuff. Okay, so powder. I was late to the party on this, but this is that Becca Hydro, I don't know what it's called because I have a tiny one, but this is that Becca Hydro powder stuff. The reason I'm not buffing this in yet is because I'm going to do it with the powder. I have so many backups of this because Becca went out of business. I think their last day is like tomorrow. So if you have extras of that, please hook a sister up. So I have this little, this is a Moda Cosmetics complexion brush. It's kind of like short and stubby. I'll take some of it and I will just do into the cap, swirl it around. Let's see, a little bit come off there, and then I just kind of concentrate it underneath my eyes. And because this is made, I don't know what the exact measurement is, but it's like made. It's a lot of it is water. It gives you that extra hydration underneath your eyes. Your eyelids are oily, and underneath your eyelids are dry. So, I mean, if you don't need a primer on your eyelids, good for you. That's awesome. I, for one, do. And I also crease really bad under my eyes. So that's one reason why I don't put a lot of product under there. But this powder is amazing. So, you know, and then I'll go back in. This is something new that I've been doing just for more hydration. Go back in with my used black beauty blender and just kind of bounce. Never wipe with a beauty blender. Just bounce. I kind of stopped talking to you about Spain, didn't I? So yeah, they haven't called me yet. I am getting ready right now, and if they don't call me with my car by the time I'm done here, I'm gonna call and be like, hey, donde está mi coche? Because I want it, because, you know, I want my freaking car. So other than that. Okay, so this looks pretty good. We're not going for perfection because perfection doesn't exist. I don't know where to look. Can't wait to have my camera all set up, but this will work, right? Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Not done yet. Almost. So let's take, ooh, this is almost done too. I love setting spray. But I don't have mascara on yet, if you haven't noticed, because I learned this the hard way. I put on my setting spray. Mascara is the last thing that I do. I have really long lashes, as you'll see in a minute. And if I put on setting spray after my mascara, it'll go everywhere. So, setting spray, just a couple. Ooh, that's almost empty. And then I have a fan right here. if you can hear it, which that'll work, but sometimes I just use this to get it to dry. And then let's take some mascara. So I've been using Wild Big Papa. It's good stuff. I don't even own an eyelash curler. I don't curl my lashes. I have crazy long lashes. Blessed. You should see my 14-year-old nephew. I'm like, dude, women would pay for what you have. I'll just take a coat and see how we go. I like this mascara. I don't love it. I found a drugstore yesterday that sells Catrice and Essence, so I am super pumped about that. I feel like this is a little flaky, but I'll use it till it's gone. So that's one coat of mascara on me. I feel a little braggy. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing special today. A little flaky, so I'm gonna take this and just kind of pick it up. I should have waited for that to dry a little bit. Yeah, let's go back in one more time. This and deepen up the corners just a tiny bit. Let's take a pencil brush. AOA, let me wipe this off. This is covered in glitter from a couple days ago. This is AOA Studio E124. These are $1 a piece, you guys. Shop Miss A. These brushes, tell me. And let's go into that slow motion, which is I think the darkest shade we used, and I just want to deepen up the outer corner. I'm not even going to highlight the inner corner because everything is matte today. Just deepen up. One thing I like to do is deepen up these inner corners after I put on my mascara, just to finish off the look. Yeah, I already said everything, but it's not the big deal. And there you have it. Oh, there you don't have it. Lipstick. My friend was like, can you do more lips? I was like, yeah, because I always forget to do lips because I'm wearing a mask most of the time. Let's do some lips. So this is the e.l.f. Jen Atkin. I don't know what color it is because it doesn't have the color. Oh, no, it does. S-E-L-F, like elf, made pink. So let's just plop this little guy on there. Just for a little bit of color. I like this because it has the liner. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can actually see. So I apologize in advance for the glare. So I filled in my entire lip with the liner, and now I will go in with the actual lip. All right, and here is my look today. I went in a little bit and cleaned up the edges. I hate my brows. But here you go, that's with one coat of mascara. A purple matte eyeliner, made with Duraline. And my Beauty Bay new matte palettes. I hope you enjoyed my first get ready with me. I don't know, just talking shit. If you want to see anything specific relating to makeup or Spain, please let me know. I'm totally down for any suggestions. I've been getting some amazing support, which is just so awesome. I'm just so happy. People are wonderful. Instagram, Sparkle Jezebel. Come see stuff. Food. The food is fun. And thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, hit play, and let it go on mute. I need to get those hours and I need to get those subscribers so I can learn how to do thumbnails. So thank you.